Oh, Lord help me. It's happy hour again at the Banter Bar. You know what? Fuck it. I'm a little tipsy by myself. Again, as you can tell, just trying to make room in the fridge. My co-hosts are still loving what they do. They will be joining me again soon. So, let's just lean into it though. Let's summon the country demon. First on up is this Texas tea from Bishop. Now, for those of y'all don't know, may not know what Bishop is. I ain't never heard of no Bishop except for if you go to church. Fucking idiots. This Bishop normally makes ciders. That's why it says Cider Company on there. CO stands for company. It's for you dumbasses live up north. This one got black tea and lemon in it, and it's 6%. It says it's vegan friendly, but I won't hold that against it. Let's go on and crack it and see what the fuck it's about. Yeah, it sounded good. It sounded quite nice when I cracked it. Even smells decent in the can. Makes a piss noise when I pour it. What's not to love? Maybe the taste. We don't know yet. Hold on tight. Stay tuned. Question we have. We, as in me, by myself, because I'm fucking here by myself tonight. And that question is, what kind of friend would you describe yourself as being? Well, wouldn't you fucking like to know, Mr. Question? Fucking shit smells like honey. It said black tea and lemon. Hey, what the fuck? Bees running around with black tea and lemon in their guts making honey. I don't actually know how honey's made, but sometimes it freaks me the fuck out to think about. You ever thought about that? When you go to eat honey, it's just bees. I don't know what they're doing. Are they pissing and shitting and jizzing? What the fuck is that you're eating? Some of y'all eat the fucking honeycomb on top of it. Stop it, you nasty. Shit's pretty good, by the way. Alright, now I'm smelling a little bit of black tea. Oh yeah, ain't nothing wrong with that. It's it's a little heavy, but in a good way. It does remind me of a cider. And I'm surprised because I didn't think this sumbitch is gonna taste at all like a fucking cider. You see all the bubbles and shit? It's kinda soupy. After a while, it does taste like an apple cider, like a little more grown-up apple juice. I'm sure it's black tea and lemon in it somewhere, but mostly it's just apples that feel like they got caramelized or some shit. I'm about it. Now, it ain't the best drink you ever gonna have in your life or anything, but it's damn serviceable. If you're just trying to get fucked up on some shit, you ain't gotta think about yourself drinking. This is it. Goes down like apple juice. You could be a fucking kindergartner in the, cafeteria. Is that what the fuck they's called? It's been a long time. Sometimes I miss the cafeteria. I used to like the biscuits they had and the chicken nuggets. It was all kinds of shit though, like Crispitos. I think that's been addressed in other places if you know me at all, and some of the people that I associate myself with. We're Crispito people. I sure would like some. So if you know how to get your hands on some, send some my way. I love it. Ain't necessarily gonna love you just because you send me some fucking Crispitos, but there's things you notice about yourself when you're sitting alone in front of a camera. And one of those things is I say but or and or sentence continuing shit a lot. And then I don't fucking continue the sentence. Maybe I spend too much time around people that are always trying to hog the conversation, so I just want to shut them up for a second so I can think about what I'm going to say next. I like to talk too. Nothing like a little bit of water after some alcohol make you feel a little better. Or a little bit more alcohol, as is going to be the case here. God damn it. I almost didn't answer my question. What kind of friend would I describe myself as being? Now, First thing you should know is I'm not a great friend. I am a great friend. That don't make no sense, does it? I'm not that person that's going to call you every fucking day. I'm probably not that person going to call you every fucking year. You know? But if I knew you in second grade and we was close and I appreciated who you were as a person, I still think about you from time to time, and I hope you're doing all right. You know? If I ran into you in public, I wouldn't ignore you. You might ignore me or not know who the fuck I am, because apparently a lot of people don't remember who they went to school with. My ass didn't even go to high school. I still remember y'all fuckers. And maybe that's why. Maybe you just got sick of each other in high school, but, you know. I don't know. I was sleeping and smoking pot and doing whatever the fuck I wanted to do with my life. And highly recommend it, by the way. Except to kids that are in school. Stay in school, kids. Did I answer the question? I kind of answered the question. I'm a really good person to know. And I used to get real pissed off at people because I thought we was good friends. And then we just stopped being around, or they don't talk to you, or you invite them to shit and then you don't see them. And then I realized that I'm not going out of my way to fucking pick up the phone and talk to people neither. Gotta stop being so judgy. Maybe people out there in the world love the shit out of you and you just don't know it. Because ain't nobody got no fucking time with all this adulting to tell each other, hey, I know we was cool a few years back. I just wanted you to know that you still my motherfucking friend. But that's how I feel inside. So, next up, Dos Equis Cerveza Lager Especial. What? Pilsner style lager with a refreshing and balanced taste, crafted in Mexico since 1897. Lager Especial. I don't know if it's Dos Equis XX Lager Especial or Cerveza. Either way, we drinking it. Whoo, that son bitch was loud. Maybe because it's a tall boy, but I'm gonna guess it's just because it had some shit to say. Everybody want to get some shit off the chest, right? Especially if you got all this shit written on the can and can't tell what your name is. I'm supposed to be reading this question. I blanked out, and I'll tell you what I was thinking about. John Jacob Jingleheimer Schmidt. All right, I was gonna make a joke about people who got long names and shit. That you ever listen to kid songs and think about how they don't make no fucking sense whatsoever? John Jacob Jingleheimer Schmidt. His name is my name too. Where the fuck you grew up? You knew two son bitches named John Jacob Jingleheimer Schmidt. No place, that ain't ever happened. Kid songs ain't shit but a lie, and y'all out there buying them like a motherfucker. Alright? Stop. The question is, what animal would you want to be mixed with? I'm gonna drink some beer and pretend that question don't exist for a minute. Whew! This one got the stank on top. It's... Lord have mercy. Whew. Girl, go home and change your panties. It's really not that bad. I'm scared to taste it. You know? You ever been in that position? You smelled the shit because you're one of them fuckers, like my family, that smells shit. And then you're scared to taste it. Push through the fear and just fucking taste it. And suddenly life is beautiful again. I don't have to explain that John Jacob Jingleheimer Schmidt had, you know, a wife with the same name as his cousin. Or something. I don't know. The beer is good. That's what I'm getting at. It's not going to win any awards. Not from me anyway. And I have no awards to give whatsoever. Except for John Jacob for the dumbest fucking name of all time. I can't quit sniffing it. That's another problem I have in life. And I think well of things that I can't quit sniffing. You know? So, pizza arrives and you sniff it. You open the box a little bit and it kicks you. Same sort of thing. You just kind of want to close you don't even want to open the sumbitch up and get a piece out. Just close it. We're going to open it again in a minute. It's going to smell real good. Same sort of shit. So back to serious land. This is drinkable. This is not cheap gas station beer. It might have cheap down, but I wouldn't call it gas station beer. I don't know if it's actually imported or not either. I didn't read that on the can. I'm just making assumptions based on culture because it's some Spanish on the can and, there's no Spanish anywhere in the U.S. What? Sarcasm is lost on some people. But that's a conversation for another time. To talk about this beer, I really like it. It's got a great mouthfeel. It doesn't have a heavy aftertaste. It fucking smells really strangely gross at first. Once you're drinking it, oh, it's excellent. And I suspect that you could put lime and salt in this sumbitch and just take it up a level. Maybe even 2. How many levels are there, by the way? Nobody knows. At least not nobody here with me. Ghosts ain't got shit to say to me. That's why I don't believe in them sumbitches. I'm just daring a motherfucker. Come at me in the middle of the night when it's dark. Try talking some shit to me. They don't. So, y'all ain't real. And if you are, what are you, on YouTube watching a video? Dumb fucks. You could be doing anything, you're a goddamn ghost. Literally goddamn, because you're a ghost. Even the water is fucking good with some of what's going on in that. I don't even know. It's the candy of beers. I just drank water. I ain't even fucking rated the shit yet. So again, it's not going to win any awards. Not the best thing I've ever tasted. I will call it great. Which is a 7, and that should be somewhere on the screen here. I don't know how shit works. I just talk. What kind of animal would I want to be mixed with? I don't know that I want to be mixed with an animal. I really don't. Fucking like being a human being. One thing I would enjoy is being able to breathe underwater. So I wasn't quite so freaked out by that deep shit. But it ain't actually being under it and breathing that freaks me out. It's more what's in there and how deep is it and will it crush and kill me. And we got off topic. I don't know. Merman Shane, how about that? Coming to an alternate reality near you. Can we move on? I sure should hope so. Because next up is one from Real Ale Brewing Company, which is one of my favorite breweries right here in Texas. Don't get it twisted, y'all. We're Texas. I know we do stupid shit. Real Ale, Devil's Backbone. If it looked like there was a cut there just now, it was. It's because I went off on a tangent I should not have gone off on. Question before I even crack this sumbitch. By the whale. I want to be mixed with a whale. By the way, this is a Belgian style Tripel. I don't know what that means exactly. I know what it means in my brain because I've tasted plenty of these bitches before. Pardon my use of bitches. I am from Texas after all, and you know how we are. Question is, what would you write on a billboard? Now, I'm not going to lie to you good people. This fucking thing is 8.1%. It don't look like no 8.1%. And another thing, I already said I love this brewery. there's a movie out there, Devil's Backbone or some shit, by a real good director that I like a lot. I thought I would love that movie, and I thought I would love this beer. And I remember not really caring too much for either one of them. And so we'll see how it goes. Maybe time changes things. Whew. God almighty damn. Now, it's a lot of beer drinkers in the world ain't ever smelt no shit like this. And I think you can get it in Belgium, would be my guess. Even though this is a Texas brewery, what I'm trying to get at is you could probably get this kind of beer all over the place. You may have had a Tripel or a Belgian beer, but until you've mixed a Belgian with a Tripel, Lord have mercy. And I bet a Tripel is a Belgian beer, and that shit didn't make no fucking sense, but it smells like I got something here. Whew. All right, prepare yourselves. This smells like freshly baked bread that had ginger in it and black licorice. Now, I'm a black licorice fan. I'm a freshly baked bread fan. I'm a ginger fan. Shout out to my redheads. Love y'all. But, put together like this, it does not smell good. And mouthfeel is good. Taste is not offensive. Aftertaste is a little funky. It's not bitter beer funky. It's still got that smooth quality that the Dos Equis had. The difference is this is some funky hop grain. Fucking Devil's Backbone is on point. I don't know about y'all, but I ain't trying to drink the backbone of no devil. Luckily, it don't taste like it's been charred for eternity in fucking hellfire, but I don't know. I don't know what to think about this sumbitch. It's one of the strangest beers we've had on the show so far. Again, we as in just me tonight. Sorry about that for those of you people who like everybody else except me. I know how y'all feel. You fucking saw the little screen still and didn't even click on the video. Oh, goddamn, it's just Shane by himself again. Nobody likes Shane. Everybody hates Shane. If we could just have the other co-hosts on and kick this motherfucker off, that'd be great. But that ain't what's happening tonight. Just like with this beer. So you ask yourself, is that the experience you want to have? I have to be me, so, of course I'm partial. It ain't forgettable. It ain't good either, though. We're going to give that a 5. 5 is fair. Now, for you hipster beer aficionados, I want you to know that you will rate this high as shit. This will go through the roof for you. But it ain't doing it for me. And don't get me wrong, if we out at some, I don't even know, the fucking pizza grill, non-barbecue, vegan cook-off contest or some shit, I will sit there and drink this with you all night long. And we can talk about how fucking stupid some of your thought processes are, but you're not going to wake up the next day and think, unless you're one of those people, I gotta have me some more of that shit. Now, as far as the Billboard question goes, what I would write on a billboard, that's kind of a tough one too. Because you want to be selfish, and you want to tell the world, who you are, what you're about, how you can make your own life better, so that you succeed better. So I could write shit, I got books, I got games, I got a podcast, I do this. And a bunch of other shit too. Jesus. But really, I want to make the world a better place. So, what I would write on a billboard is something smart that I can't think of right now because I've been drinking fucking beer. Do you understand what I'm saying, people? Do you understand? Actually, I like, right now, in the moment, heat of the moment, here we go. Don't drink and drive. Stay home and fuck. I think that's a good one. Now, a long time ago, I saw a billboard talking about how DWI, driving while intoxicated, yeah, that's right, how it costs $17,000. That's an effective fucking billboard. I'm not going to go off on a tangent. I'm going to shut up. Next up is Tecate. Is there more to it? Original Cerveza. This is California shit, apparently. Even though it says, fuck, I don't know, Necno in Mexico? I don't know. I don't speak Spanish. Is it from California? What's Baja mean? Ain't that like a type of taco from Taco Bell or some shit? What matters is it started in 1944, so it's been around for a while. Tecate or Tecate, whatever the fuck you want to call this. This is the original. And we're going to try it. And our question... oh, Lord. It's a good one. Is pornography unhealthy? You know, and this is a good one. I've seen a lot of food documentaries. Some bitches talking about just eat meat or don't eat carbs. And other some bitches talking about don't ever eat that meat shit. Eat all the plant-based stuff you can. It totally ain't gonna make your hair fall out and your dick limp. Constant. But I ain't ever in none of them heard the question, is pornography unhealthy? Why ain't y'all some bitches talking about pornography? That could be the key to weight loss right there. Does it make you fatter to release those hormones in your body after you orgasm? Or do you burn a lot of calories when you're trying to orgasm? I don't fucking know. We're going to talk about it in a minute. First up is Tecate. For Hecho in Mexico. I swear to God, I got to read this. It was born in the borderland of Baja California. Mexico, Tecate embodies the unapologetic energy of Mexican Americans in the USA, who we love, by the way. Immigrants are phenomenal human beings. Give a fuck what you say. I am from Texas. Don't hold it against me. I know. Build a wall or whatever the fuck it is you idiots like to say, but ain't me. Let all you some bitches in. I love you. We started the fucking drug war that's getting a lot of you killed down there, and I don't know about the rest of my country, but I'm real fucking sorry for it. Anyway, Border Town beer. It smells fine. There's not a big scent to it. It smells like a decent beer. The lacing is really nice, which I know plenty of people don't care about lacing, but it tells me something about the way it's going to taste. So I can tell it's going to have that smooth quality that I like when the lacing is really nice. Usually a sign of a higher quality beer. Could just be carbonated as shit, but... Alright, so think about this. This is... I think if you're going for gas station beer, this is a great option. It's not offensive. It's really easy to drink. It's smooth as all hell. It's got a flavor profile that you notice, but then there's not really an aftertaste. So non-beer people might really, really love this. Just if you're ever at a party and people are handing out beers and you don't want to drink this, then Tecate Original, that's what's up. I'm going to go all the way to 6 on this bitch. It's not the greatest rating of all time, but it's not the greatest beer of all time. It is serviceable and cheap. And usually those two things do not go hand in hand. Here they do. So, cheers if this is what you're looking for. Now, on to pornography. The question of unhealthy. Unhealthy is what bothers me here. So, in enough quantity, anything is unhealthy. Just about anything. Well, use water as an example. If you drink enough fucking water in a small amount of time, it will kill you. So I think kind of the same thing goes for pornography. And of course you need to measure. Apparently the beer ain't even going to let me talk. You need to measure the pros and the cons and figure that out. Which side it's leaning more toward. What I will say about this question is I have nothing against pornography. Except that some of the prettiest girls are in shit with the weirdest titles. I don't understand that. I'm not trying to see, my uncle fucked my daughter who's in from out of town or whatever that shit's called. She is super pretty. And this is the dumbest story I've ever seen in my life. The dumbest backline. I'm not trying to see brother and sister roll around and pretend to fight and eventually they're naked and banging. She looks good. She looks better than a lot of the girls in the normal porn, and I don't understand how she ended up in those. Are those just what's popular? Maybe there's a toxic atmosphere there. I don't know. I will say that I read something recently that talked about how watching too much porn could make you impotent. That word sounds wrong right now, but impotent. Impotent. Unable to achieve hard-on. You be pushing rope like a motherfucker, that is to say. And, so tone it down. Porn is great every now and then, and I encourage people to watch it, but by God, use your imagination. It's wonderful. And you may find that variety helps your orgasms out. I guess my answer was a little nuanced. Now, we have something with a fucking lid on it. I don't even know. It's been so long. Oh, and it's an IPA from Dogfish Head. Little known fact. There is a docu-series out there. It's pretty short. It's called Brewmasters. It's run by the people who own Dogfish Head. They star in it. And that's always made me feel kind of partial to them, even though the majority of their beers I've tried, I've not been a massive fan of. I know this beer quite well. So let's talk about it. First, let's know our question. Which non-private part of the human body turns you on the most? And I pointed at you because you need to answer me in the fucking comments. Don't nobody care what I think. I'm still going to tell you because it's my fucking show. But beer first, though. Again, IPA. What you're going to get is flowers. Joseph's right. You went to Walmart. You ate the roses. That's the scent that comes off this sumbitch. It's a yellow rose. I don't know why that makes a difference. I smell a normal rose. I know a yellow rose smells exactly the same, but something about it, you just know. So it's hoppy. It's not overly pungent though. And it's more, that is more drinkable than most pale ales. That's hard to achieve. You know? How do you get this hoppy? The aftertaste is not, it doesn't linger. That's the thing. I've gotten drunk on bars at this before, and normally I can only sit through one, maybe two IPAs before, we going to sleep or we changing it up. We're going back to Keystone. I could drink this. So that's all there is to say. It's not spectacular. It's not the best flavored IPA. It's not blowing my socks off or anything like that. So I wish someone would blow my fucking socks off. Keyword there being blow. But yeah, it's really fucking good for what it is. I poured, a third of the beer into this glass and damn sure bet I'm going to drink all of it. As far as score goes, again, ain't the best IPA. It's a great option. I could recommend this IPA as one for people who don't really like IPA. Because most of what people don't like about IPA is the way that aftertaste comes and bites you. You don't get it here. What you get is everything else about an IPA without that kick at the end and the hanging around. It's still there somewhat. If you've never had one, you're probably going to be dying because fucking pussy that you are. But let's call it a 7. I think that's fair. I want to call it special. I want to go all the way up to 8, but that makes me sound kind of crazy. Now, what's special about it, again, is that you could drink it if you don't love IPAs. And if you do love IPAs, you probably drink this shit like water. Nothing to it. It's not offensive. It's got a great flavor. It's just not super, super memorable. So, call it great. Now, this question about which part of the human body, which non-private part, this is what I'm struggling with. Because what do you consider a private part? Some people think of their fucking faces and their foreheads as private parts. There are parts of the world where that shit is reality. At least if you're a woman. And Texas is well on its way. But that ain't what we're here to talk about. Privates, my opinion, that's the nips, even though I think it's stupid. It's the ginies or the weenies. And it's the booties. The glute max, the max glute, whatever you want to call it. That's privates. And clearly, butthole goes into glute max glute. Because of course it does. But the rest of the body, I think that's fair game. So, I've been struggling recently because for a long time, it's another one of those things where people make assumptions, you say one thing and they run with it. And that's cool because at least in this case it was true. I do have a thing for feet. I do. I think pretty feet are, there's not even a word. Texans are supposed to have words for everything. And I'm failing you right now. I like pretty feet, though. And I think a lot of feet are more pretty than people give them credit for. So, ladies out there, you're too hard on your feet. Don't be. So, men will like it. The right kind of men, anyway. I don't know about you non-feet son bitch. Even though one, maybe two of y'all's a co-host of mine, I'm going to sit here and talk shit about you. Sorry. You can argue it with me in the future if you want to. But so, what else is it? What am I having trouble with? Y'all ain't gonna believe me when I say this shit, but armpits. Don't turn off the video. I don't know. I have a thing for the natural sense of the body. I do. And the older I get, the more attracted I am to look of a particular armpit. I don't know why or what the fuck it is. It doesn't feel like it's a private part, you know? But I know it's going to bring me pleasure from the right kind of person. Same as a foot. So there's 2 answers for you. 2 for 1. What can I say? I'm a generous motherfucker. And there you go. So ladies, show off your feet and your pits. Let's get on to this final beer here. I'm sure y'all are ready to get on with your lives, Ain't trying to sit here watching me all day. Budweiser. This is the king. And believe it or not, this sumbitch is one of the best-selling beers of all time. I'm sure Bud Light in recent history has, kind of knocked some dirt off this thing's cock. And I think this is actually the first beer I ever had. I was way underage, but people kept bringing it around, and we were allowed to drink in family gatherings and stuff, so I do not have fond memories of this, because I was not a beer person. I think I was 22, which is like 15 years ago, now that I had my birthday, and I'm old, but I was not a fan of this beer. Even when I got into beer, I never wanted to touch this again. But I have a feeling I'm being mean to it. See, I've been bullying Budweiser forever. It shows up in all of my YouTube videos, begging me to love it. It's an ad where I don't ask for an ad, and it just wants my love. And I won't love it. And what does that say about me? Am I not really a nice person? Maybe I'm not. But let's ask the question, and then we'll crack the beer and see what Budweiser has to offer me as of late. Now, I'm not the person I was at 15, 16. If you had to marry someone you aren't physically attracted to, who would you prefer to marry? What? I'm going to read this real slow, like I'm somebody who's dyslexic that I know. Even though she don't read shit slow. If you had to marry someone you aren't physically attracted to. Okay. So I don't want to bang them. Who would I marry? Who would you prefer to marry? I'm supposed to be showing Budweiser some love. Not thinking about conditions under which I'd get married to someone I'd never want to fuck. You were loud too. Oh. I don't even know how to explain those y'all out there in the audience. Now, I historically have not been a fan of good head on a beer. But this has some pretty decent head. The smell coming off of this thing? You need to run a rag through it a few more times, I think, because you still stinking. But, trying to show Bud some love. I'm not going to hold it against it. Let's taste it. I want to explain what it smells like. But I feel like I opened a moldy bag of bread. You know? It's just moldy as shit. And that's not... Normally I throw that bread away. I ain't about to eat it. But here I'm getting down on it. They encourage it. Ooh. Boy, howdy. My southern roots should be tingling right now. But they ain't. They ain't, folks. They ain't tingling for shit. I'm trying to fight that bitter beer face like a mug. You don't even know. I'm not being hyperbolic. This smells like garbage. This has a not greatly pleasant aftertaste. What this does have is a decent mouthfeel and it's semi-smooth. Since nobody's here with me tonight, and I'm not going to offend nobody, I'm going to do what a normal fucking Southerner would do. Just drink this from the can. Just so I know. Alright? King of beers. And let's read. Brewed with hops, rice, and best barley malt. Now I'm going to be honest. I don't get hop. I barely get best barley malt until the aftertaste. Now, malt from the barley, you can see that in the way it laces and in the head. You know, it ain't there till the aftertaste. What you get in the scent and the mouthfeel and all, it's fucking rice. And it ain't good rice. It's beer rice. And if that sounds wrong, it's because it's fucking wrong. But let's can it and see how it does. When you can't smell it, you just sip it. Oh yeah. Many a hard night in my teens where you just want to plug your nose or drink it as quick as you can. And Lord have mercy, I have done that. Just you don't want to taste it. I tell people to, when they're drinking a beer, to take a breath, hold it, take a sip, swallow, and then breathe. And this is part of why. Because this is a bad experience. Unless you do that. But because of the aftertaste, this is almost a bad experience even if you do that. Now, this ain't the worst beer I've ever had in my life. It's really not. And if you're out there and you're picking it up at a gas station, you're drinking it from a can, great. Being a smell person, I would rather drink this from the can than drink it from a cup. But depending on your palate, you might have a preference one way or another. I don't know. If you're dead set on loving Budweiser and you just can't get there, maybe try them. See what the fuck's up with what. There's a lot of words on the front of this. Beechwood aging and drinkability with no other beer at any price type shit. And it says United States of America on the front of the can. How can you hate this? It's propaganda on the can, folks. Alright? Patriotism 101. Red, white, and blue. Budweiser, king of beers. Because America loves kings. I saw somebody today on Facebook talking about Daddy Biden. I thought that shit ended with Trump. What the fuck's wrong with y'all? Stop it. Now I tell you, there's a part of my brain that wants to chug this wholesome bitch on camera just to say I did. There's another part of my brain that remembers doing that as a youngster and puking my guts up. So, no thank you. Now, I have talked a lot of shit about this beer, but I've also drank a lot of it. And that ought to tell you something. What that ought to tell you is that it's not the worst beer I've ever had. It ain't decent though. I'm going to be nice and call it forgettable. That's a 4 again, wherever the shit gets set and all this bullshit. Budweiser was the only off-put, right? I have not answered my question. If you had to marry someone you aren't blah, 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 who would I marry? Okay. I'm going to make this as pretend as I can. You cut off my wang. Bye-bye wang, no more wang. What's next? What's next in life? Let's pretend all of my enjoyment of sexual, physical pleasures went away with there. I ain't one of them weirdos out there rubbing their nipples at night like, oh, I could still come. No, ain't doing that. And I got to get married. I have to. And I can't be attracted to that person. I'm going to be honest, my brain goes right to men. Friends, people I want to spend time around more than I get to. That's where I'm at. Think about the torture it would be to, well, no, I can't be physically attracted to them. And if I find a man repulsive, I don't mind, because there's not like they were trying to stick a weenie in it or whatnot. But with a woman, I think the physical repulsion would eat at me constantly. So, probably some really good friend of mine that just clicked with. I don't know. I could name, probably 20 of y'all some bitches. But I'm not going to. Because fact is, I still got my weenie. I'm also married. So I ain't trying to bother with none of this question. But I think I've talked plenty for tonight. This wasn't the greatest lineup of all time. Like, again, I was trying to clear some space in my fridge. This was a fairly random 6-pack. A lot of it's gas station type shit. But this looks special. A lot of people really love this. And I need the IPA. I gotta have it there. I'm sorry there's no one here to give it a 0. I still love that man. Maybe I'd marry him if he wasn't married to my sister already. I don't know. Life just throws you curves sometimes. And I'm sure y'all are tired of hearing me talk with a southern accent. So let's keep the conversation going in the comments. And we'll see you next time. Same place. For another round at the Banter Bar.
I'll just leave you a little sip in case you want to go back.
I appreciate the sip. I think I could drink quite a bit of this.
I just want to see how it feels in my mouth.
I guess we'll see you next time.
On the Banter Bar.
Everything's bigger and better in Texas, apparently. Even it ain't government. What's it called? It's authoritarianism. That's what it is. But I love it. I love living here. It's so great. I love walking down the road and I see it. Aww.